Okay, it's Tuesday, just after 2 p.m. Let's do some simulator trading. I will only say that the Dow made a new all-time high today. Okay, so we're looking at a chart with a 20-period moving average. These blue lines you see are drawn off of a 15-minute chart. Beyond that, we have a pretty clean chart here. Let's see about making $100 or so in this afternoon session. If things get really slow, we'll look at pausing the video. I don't want to drag it out too long. Okay, so the second part of the day after lunch sometimes gives us a nice move. We really don't know what's going to happen. Of course, we can just go sideways for the rest of the afternoon. We can break into new highs, or we can pull back. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Our price intervals, we can move them around. They're at four ticks. You know, if we drag it, we can get it to five tick intervals here, just to get an idea of what some of the moves look like in terms of number of ticks. Okay, so people are coming back from lunch. Start with one contract, okay, and we will not go beyond two. Maximum two contracts with whatever we'll be doing here. Okay, I may draw a couple of horizontals just to get an idea. We can erase them, we can move them. Okay, so this is how we do it on Sierra chart, or this is one way. Okay, so we can consider ourselves in a channel potentially here. Okay, so we'd really start paying attention once this line gets breached, or once this lower line gets breached. Let's see about pausing the video, because nothing much is happening yet. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, we're about 8 minutes since I paused the video, and I was playing around with this text drawing tool here, and I just noted that, you know, after this run up, you know, this could be seen as maybe some sort of a triple top or a W. Just some things to keep in mind. We did test that upper, or that line I drew, although the line I drew was really just based on one high. We came right back to it on two consecutive candles, and we're just sort of hugging this line, so this 20-period moving average. So no trades were taken. I just resumed the video so we can take a look at where we are. The market seems kind of slow. Let's see if we'll end up getting a trade out of this. I will pause it again. Okay, looks like we're breaking through. Let's see what happens. So obviously this is the path of least resistance. The question is, do we go in with a contract? Do we go in with two? What's actually happening here? So Let's zoom in a little. Okay, you see you broke out. I mean, we're on a micro time frame here, or I should just say a very fast chart, but we can still consider that a breakout that may be failing or maybe just be pulling back to the average, and it'll try to resume. Let's see. See our tick count here? That's supposed to stop at 70 and give us a new bar. Okay, it went a little beyond that. We have a new bar here that opened just above the line. We can go long here with one contract. We will tighten up the stop for now to here. Okay, which is seven ticks, and then we have a take profit. Price is stalling. What do we do, right? So you can't see this on the other screen. I am just monitoring. I have a button that can flatten, that can really get us out of the trade at market, and it'll get rid of these orders. Okay, so we're down a couple of ticks. Okay, let's see. Right, this blue arrow shows us where we went long. This doesn't start moving up, I'll scratch it. Not going to give it too much leeway here because it's really stalling, and yeah, okay. See, that happened rather quickly. Or at least there was a flurry of some sell orders, so we're stopped out. Okay. Let's see. If it looks like it's moving, I'll keep the video going. If not, I will pause it and we'll give it one or two more shots, depending on what happens. Okay, so we've been just moving along this average, so it's not really a pullback to the average. So it's really, nothing is very clear yet, I'd say. You could say that I got faked out on this upside breakout. Now, in order for this, you have some consolidation here, right? You can consider that the price has to move through all of this if it wants to go higher. On the other hand, it may have an easier time getting around here somewhere. Okay, but we got stopped out on the first trade, so I don't want to rush into anything. I also don't want to miss an opportunity. So this is the balance. Let's pause it for just a little while longer. Be right back. Okay, so we're moving above this again. The question is, does the price get knocked down again? Or do we start a move that could potentially be a continuation into the end of the session? We don't want to speculate too much. But I may go in with our maximum of 2 contracts because it's, if we can get a run here, we could meet some sort of a target. Okay, so you have a doji there, whatever, a very small evening star, shooting star, whatever it is. You're seeing some tails up here, right? Indicating a little bit of selling when it gets to this 37, 36 area. Okay, so the price gets pushed down. It looks like there's a little bit of conviction in that selling, but let's see. We have a gap down. Okay. So something's going on. Do we think any of it's tradable? By the way, after a run up and a consolidation, I think a lot of people would agree that you're better off not doing what I did, but buying the bottom area of the range, right? Not buying the top. And you could see I just got stopped out. So, over time, you want to avoid the low probability setups like that. But if it's carving out some sort of a pattern, or if strength is coming in, we can't ignore the possibility of a breakout. Right? You do have 1 attempt, 2 attempts. Maybe we get into this area this afternoon, the 40s and the 850s. Right, so we're making maybe making a run for the top again. Till we get to the bottom of the range. So this video is, it's, I don't know the exact time. But let's pause it, and I'll be right back. Okay, I moved the horizontal line up to these 2 candles here, but nothing much is happening. Question is, can we get to the top of can we get here, which is about 6-7 ticks away. All right, let's go in with 2, but be very quick to get out. if it's not working. Let's zoom in here. All right, so at 32, right? 32, 31. I may, let's see. We're above this average. Okay, 32. And we can get several ticks out of this. That was a quick move lower. Okay, if it doesn't pop up, I'll get out. Okay. 32, 31. Those lows are really it for me. So 23 is our tick count up here, right? And if it's getting weak here, I just don't want to be long. So we may exit right now if this low is breached. $64 is our tick count up there, right? We're moving higher. Who knows? Maybe we could just push this up in case it really runs up, but we also need to be ready to get out of this trade. Of course, we should put this stop loss here. Okay, this is looking like some sort of a... let's get out of this. Okay. Okay, so we took 2 stop losses. Okay. Our range is about 20 ticks. Okay. See, I keep buying that sort of top of the range, but I think now we're going to get to the bottom where if if the buys were going to be entered, it probably should have been around down here somewhere. See, even though the market's been very strong, you have to be very precise about where you're buying. Right, so let me see something here. That's about an $80 loss. Okay, that's an $80 loss at this point. But now we may be able to go long. It's very possible that this won't see this area and it can move up. But I'm going to wait. Okay, that was some strength. Let's see. Do we pull back am I convinced this time that that's the short-term low, or are we going to see, boom, a test of this green line? Now we still have an hour and a half of trading almost, right? I wanted to make this video shorter. So you see this question, we still don't know. Let's get rid of that. It's none of the above. Okay, how is this low going to be respected? Tick. Let's see, 24 to up here. Okay. You see now, how does the price react to the 20, right? Was this the attempt and it can roll over? And if that happens, do we really want to buy here? So these are all the questions that we ask ourselves when scalping. Okay, that I'm going to have to go into that if I see a little more strength. Okay, I'm going to pull this up immediately and flatten this trade if it's not working. I had a push down there. I like this. I'll get out. Okay, that was about 5 ticks. Oh, wow. Okay, I was short. How did I get short? I think what happened is this happened to me once before. Okay, I didn't want to be in this short. Okay, let's just see what we can make of this. All right. Actually, we can leave this. Remember, this was the horizontal line from the 15-minute chart. So I ended up short because of, I think, the way the orders were in, they sort of both got They both got triggered. Okay, let's see what we can do with this trade. We're up, 2 ticks or... This is going to get pushed down. There's no stopping here, right? We're just manually, we're just monitoring it. On a very basic level, we can say, is price getting close to here or is price getting close to here? Now, if I think this is really going to start a continuation, I will just stop this in reverse. We're definitely taking some consecutive losses, but, as long as you're staying within certain risk parameters, you may be okay with that. I could always get out of this for a couple of ticks and just evaluate it from there because I don't know what this thing is doing. I went from profit to in the negative, and it's break even now. So we have a little bit of a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, or boom, it'll just break it. Don't know. Okay, it's at these lows. What can we do here? We're up some ticks, but things are starting to move. Do we get one push down towards the blue? If not, let's get out. At this point, I don't want to give up this this gain because we took these losses, but it may push just a bit lower. Well, it's getting a little closer. Let's see about booking some of these gains and moving on. We do have this area drawn, so really the right thing to do is to exit this very soon. We're exiting. Okay, so what that did, and I can show you the log after. What that did is it took us from 10, 150 minus 150, okay, to about minus 40. All right, these numbers are mixed in with my earlier trading, so we can look at that. But we were able to get that 8 ticks on 2 contracts. It was strange because I didn't even realize I was in the trade. I'll have to review what happened there. But here we are. So we started at about 2. It's 2:47. This has been our afternoon trading. Okay, let's get rid of this line. Erase. We'll zoom out. What's happening here? Okay, 20 period. Let's see about getting our profit out of here. So I think we will stay at 2 contracts, but be quick to exit the trades that aren't working. Okay, let's get back here. We have a push up. Is this going to be a plain old you know, one of these deals. I don't know. And I try to stick with horizontals rather than these. Just for now, I'm working on a few things, and on this contract, I just like to keep it mainly horizontal. So it did get some kind of rejection. I'll just remove this. Right. Is this going to really try to run for any one of these peaks, or are we still really weak? I mean, when you zoom out, you can see the general flow. Is this a break and a break of the 20 and a pullback? We would like to see a bigger one. Okay, so this was a nice move, though. This was a nice little move. This is really some sort of a piercing two-bar pattern. Let's see, can it push it lower than these lows, or maybe we can go long. Okay, if it looks like it's not. Right, you could picture that trend line still being here and saying, okay, is this really? There we go. I think we can, if it gets a little follow through, I was just going to buy there. You do have, you have your four lows. Let's go long. We'll pull this up right away to the lows, one tick below it. We'll exit this manually. This is just up here, just in case it goes any moment now. Okay, so we're long. Okay, that looks like it's getting stopped out. Okay. I'm not sure what the tick count was on that, but we should just stay focused. Can it reach this low? Or was that? No, no strength yet. What we could do is look at a potential bounce. 20, 13, so that's 7, 35. So what are we, minus 75? Now you see that? Boom, that was quick rejected. We will try again. I think this wants to go higher. So I'm hungry. I'm feeling hungry. So that is that's actually relevant here. Okay, maybe it doesn't want to go higher. But if we look where I originally had this, where I have this line, it hasn't even touched it yet. So who knows? Quick rejection on it. Remember that was based off a 15-minute chart, so who knows? Maybe it can run up for a little while. 5867. So we have two. Oh, where's the new candle? There, you have two bars with the low right at the line. Isn't that interesting? So what do we do? It may not mean much, but it may mean that indeed it was a decent place to draw that, and some buyers will come in. So let's watch very closely what happens if it touches this level again. Looks like that should happen pretty soon if it's going to happen. And it touched that level. What is that, 807? Okay. What is really happening here? No green bars. So maybe these are stop losses, right? Maybe people said, "Oh, if you breach this low, my stop is there, right, for the long trades." So maybe that happened. Okay, now we have a little strength, but is it just a pullback here and a continuation lower? These are things we need to decide. If we're going to keep trading, how does it react to this? We have some sort of a morning star pattern. Maybe price gets pushed down a little and moves higher, or we can get in for a quick scalp, but we just really need to make sure. Do we have enough room for a tight stop? Not really, unless we consider something around here. Oh, look at that. Okay. I thought just because this area, this all this activity here, I thought it would maybe lend some support, but maybe it tried that, and now that support is resistance, right? Let's see. You have a doji here, and it's breaking. I think we'll go short and try to make it a quick one. There's no great plays, but I think we'll keep it kind of tight there. This can run down a little bit. Maybe we can get 30, 40 bucks. Oh, we can scratch it. We do have a tight stop, so that time maybe has passed. But just got weak. Right, so this stop goes here now, right? One tick above, but I'm okay with having it right there. So it breaks down a little bit. Let's see. 70, 80. There was profit on the table, and I just chose to just not get out. But let's see, we're plus 20. Plus 50. This time we should take it, but it's going and going, right? 130. All right, we're gonna cut out at. I was about plus 70. So let me see where that takes us. Oh, but you know what? We should pay attention because this thing's really moving. Let's do that later. Let's do this again because the thing's really selling off. Yeah. Stop out. It's kind of tight. The way the market's moving now, it's kind of tight. We get another 40 bucks out of this. We can scratch it. 30, 40 bucks. Yeah. Yeah, I think let's get out. Where did this take us? Let me see something here. Let's pause. Be right back. Okay. Here's the deal. That takes us to about plus $30. And I am very hungry, and a decision is made to call it a wrap. Okay, the blue area is our afternoon session. Okay, let's go like this. Right, this was earlier today. Yeah, 1319. Right, this was earlier. So this is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades. Okay, and this blue area works out to plus 30. Okay. So the afternoon session was plus $30. That was after 3 stops in a row, and waiting to see whether this price broke down. Remember earlier I said, we can have a continuation. We can move sideways for the rest of the session, or we can retrace. It looks like more than a retrace, but the direction was lower. That was actually profitable. That was about an hour of trading with a stop out, a confusing issue, that we learned that we were in a short trade. So after all of these things, it's still positive. And that's with max 2 contracts, right? So, do the math if you're trading 5. Okay, that's it. Thank you.